brother. This show is just so fucking good. It is the most underrated series of the spring 2024 season so far. It is a story of 3 girls at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that the numbers are going to grow as the series goes on because of all the promotional art that I've seen. But this series follows Nina, first off. She's the group's main vocalist. She's a girl that's just dropped out of high school in her 2nd year. She is now on her own in Tokyo, moving away from home. She plans to enter university. And our second character, Momoka, she is a 20-year-old who is out on her own. She was trying to find herself, and still is. She was once in a very successful band, and once she moved on from them, things didn't go as good as she expected. And lastly, we have Subaru. She is loving the drums. She is also an actor, but is acting for her family's sake, not hers. She doesn't really particularly love acting. You may be wondering, this anime only has 4 episodes. Why are you making a video on this? I absolutely adore this show. It is amazing. Even though it's been 4 episodes, you guys can let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that this has probably been the most realistic music anime that I've seen. Let me explain one by one with these characters. Sorry if I'm kind of repeating myself from the intro for all the characters. Nina has left home for a few reasons. One, her family seems to be very controlling, which I'm sure many people can relate to. And secondly, people who she assumed were her friends betrayed her. Also, you can tell that Nina is very scared to get attached to these other people. Whenever Subaru and Momoka tries to get close to her, she tries her best to push them away, because she's scared that she's gonna get betrayed like she did with her old friends. And that's also very real in this. So she made a rash, spur of the moment decision. She's still trying her very best to make the most of the situation. I feel like we've all done a rash decision and try to make the most of it, even if we know that it wasn't the right decision to make in that moment in time. And as I said earlier with Momoka, she split from her band and tried to do her own thing for a while. She also dropped out of high school like Nina, but she dropped out for a much different reason. And that was because of her band becoming popular. They were looking pretty well off, so she decided to go full time with this. But it didn't pan out for her. She has been trying to find the same success that she did in her old band, but to no avail. She was even about to give up on music until Nina came along and told her how big of a fan of her music that she was. Lastly, best girl Subaru. She is definitely my favorite. Her quirky personality is just funny to watch, but of course she is going through her own problems too. She is an actress, and she goes to school for it even. Although her family is very well off, she would probably, she would rather make her own path instead of following the footsteps of her grandmother. This anime is pretty deep, although it's only been 4 episodes. It's definitely the most mature musical anime that I've seen. Seeing as the characters are usually in high school, which, I mean, I guess Subaru technically is, and so is Nina, but Momoka definitely isn't. She's in her 20s. But you know, like I said, you're usually in high school or middle school, which makes sense because most anime, you know, they have younger people in it. This show is just mature. They show people getting flipped off. They show people getting angry and chasing the main cast. You don't see that in shows either. It definitely just gives off that more mature vibe. If you haven't watched Girls Band Cry, come on, dog. What are you doing? I will be perfectly honest though, and don't come after me for this. I have a huge case of recency bias often, but I do think by the end of this season of the show, it may be my favorite music anime just because of the real aspect of it and the relatability. It is just a perfect anime so far to me. Also, I'd like to add that the banter in this is super funny, bro. Mainly between Nina and Subaru. Like this clip right here, bro, it just made me die. Hope that you guys are also watching this show, and I hope this video convinced you guys to watch it if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.